question. What are mutual funds? Ano nga po ba ang mutual funds? Mutual funds are actually a type of investment where as an investor, you pull together your money with other investors. So ibig sabihin po, parang nagbabakas-bakas tayo dyan, pinagsasama yung pera ng iba-ibang tao. And then the pooled money, yung pinagsama-samang pera ng mga tao, it is handled by what we call a fund manager or an expert who will then do the investing in different instruments. So meron pong maglalagay ng pera natin sa iba-ibang uri ng investment. Ang kagandahan po ng mutual fund is yung mga instruments or investments na usually you won't be able to access, you will be able to do so kasi pinagsasama-sama po yung pera ng iba-ibang tao. So that's what we call the strength in numbers. So mamaya po pag-uusapan natin kung ano yung iba-ibang uri ng investment na yan. Now, usually tinatanong sa akin ng mga tao, Sir, when I invest in a mutual fund, ano bang makukuha kung proof of participation dyan? Paano ko malalaman na investor na talaga ako? So, ang mangyayari po niyan, when you buy a mutual fund, bibigyan ka ng shares. And those shares will represent your ownership sa mutual fund. Okay? So, ganun po yung pag invest dyan. Now, pag pinag-uusapan natin yung mutual funds, minsan some people think that it's just one product. No? So, kala nila isang uri lang yan. But the truth is, there are actually different types of mutual funds. Iba-iba po yung variants niyan. So, meron po tayong tinatawag na equity funds. We also have money market funds, bond funds, and finally, balance funds. So, isa-isahin po natin yan. What are these types of mutual funds? And why they are best for you? So the first type of mutual fund is what we call a money market fund. Yan, ito pong money market fund, isa po siyang uri ng mutual fund where the money of investors are invested in what we call special savings accounts, time deposits, or deposit products. Essentially, ito po yung mga na-access nyo rin sa bangko. Ang kaibahan po and ang kagandahan nito is sa mutual fund kasi since pinagsasama nga yung pera ng mga tao, usually you get better rates compared to what you see with the banks. Okay? So yun po yung sinasabi nga natin kanina na strength in numbers. And this one is best if you're looking for a facility where you just want to leave your money muna, iwan mo muna dyan, and kailangan mo siya in the short term, let's say within a year, and you don't want that money to be just lying around. Kumbaga gusto mong kumita yan kahit papano. So ito po, magandang product for those with that kind of need. In fact, if I may mention, marami po sa mga nakikita naming investors, usually yung ginagawa nila, maglalagay po sila ng pera sa COL, but they don't invest right away. So hindi po nila alam siguro kung saan ilalagay agad yung pera. So this one, may be a great facility for them while they are waiting for market opportunity. So pwedeng dyan nyo po muna iwan yung pera nyo. So that's what money market funds are. Now, the next type of mutual fund is what we call the bond funds. Ito pong bond funds, as the name suggests, ito po ay invested sa mga corporate or government bonds. Ito po yung tinatawag natin na fixed income securities or investments. So, para sa mga hindi masyadong familiar, bonds or fixed income securities, these are investments where you are lending to a party. Nagpapautang po tayo sa either government or sa isang kumpanya. So, imagine nyo po if Ayala has a corporate bond and nag-invest ka dun sa corporate bond na yon, ibig sabihin po, pinapautang nyo si Ayala. Now, dun sa government, yung fixed income investment na yan, ito po yung naririnig natin na treasury bills or treasury notes. So pag yan po yung pinaglagyan nyo ng pera, nagpapautang po tayo sa gobyerno. Okay? Now, ang maganda po sa bond fund, it allows you to invest in these securities na hindi po kailangan na masyadong malaki yung capital ninyo. Kasi if you're going to invest in a corporate or in a government bond, usually it will require hundreds of thousands or millions of pesos to access them. So sa bond funds, hindi po ganun yung requirement. So yun po yung maganda dyan. And this is a great investment for people na naghahanap ng facility or vehicle na hindi masyadong risky At the same time, it will give them decent returns. So in fact, last year po, itong bond funds, sila po yung best performing type ng mutual fund. They were able to give investors anywhere between 5 to 10% of return. Okay? The third type of mutual fund is what we call an equity fund. So ito pong equity, siguro mas marami rin yung familiar with dito. So pag sinabi po nating equity, naglalagay po yan ng pera sa stock market. So equities or stocks, yan po yung pinag-uusapan natin. By the way, we usually use equities and stocks. So pag narinig nyo po yung dalawang salita na yan, they mean one and the same. Okay? So itong equity fund, ang mangyayari dito, since meron nga pong fund manager or expert na hahawak ng pera nyo, siya na po yung bahala mamili ng mga kumpanya sa stock market kung saan ilalagay yung ating pera. So this is best for you if you want to earn high returns over a long period of time. So ganyan po talaga sa stock market. Dapat matagal na panahon yung pagtingin natin. So we're talking about more than 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or even 30 years. So that's how you will use this type of fund. And then finally, we have what we call a balance fund. So ito pong balance fund, it's actually a combination of the previous two types of mutual funds, yung bond fund tsaka yung equity fund. So pinagsasama niya, pinaghahalo niya yung stocks at tsaka bonds. So para ito sa mga tao na gustong magkaroon ng exposure sa stock market, gusto po nila yung growth sa stock market, but at the same time, ayaw po nila na lahat ng pera nandun kasi nga medyo magalaw yung stock market. So, ang ginagawa nitong balance fund, naglalagay din siya dun sa bonds which are less risky compared sa stocks. Okay? So, yan po yung apat na uri ng mutual fund, the money market fund, bond fund, equity fund, and balance fund. Now, I'd like to talk about this particular type of mutual fund, which for us here at COL, it's actually the best type of mutual fund to grow your money over a long period of time. So this is an equity fund but a special type. Ito po yung tinatawag natin na equity index fund. Now, let's talk about this. What is an equity index fund? It is actually a type of mutual fund na invested din po sa equities kasi nandun naman sa pangalan niya. But this time around, the equities kung saan nag invest yung fund are those that are included in what we call the index. In this case po, yung index na pinapatungkulan natin is actually the Philippine Stock Exchange Index or the PSEI. Now, let's take a look at some of the companies included in the index. So these are household companies, established companies that have been operating for a long period of time. So merong track record itong mga to. That's why they are the largest stocks in the Philippines. And ito pong PSEI or PSE index, ang significance po kasi niyan is if anybody would want to know what's happening to the stock market, ito po yung tinitignan nila because this serves as an indicator or barometer pagdating sa health, overall health or direction ng ating stock market. So sila po yung representatives natin.